Welcome, and thanks for dropping by on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That said, let's get to it.
And here we have coconut pandan sticky rice, one of my all-time favorites. And I'm going to show you now how to make it. Pretty simple, but let's get started. I'll walk you through it all. First, we'll need a stove set up on high flame and a pot to go on top of it. Now we're going to put a couple of things into the pot. We're going to start with sticky rice. So it's glutinous rice or short grain rice essentially. There's another video, if you look in the description, that shows you how to prepare this rice. It's about 600 grams of rice that's been soaked in pandan water. In addition to that, I've also prepared pandan water. Here there's about 800 mils going into the pot. And again, all of that is in the video that'll be in the bio. Now, half a tablespoon worth of salt to go into it, and on that flame we're going to stir it up and slowly allow it to come to a rolling boil before we kick over to the next step. All right, and now what we're going to do is switch the flame down. So stir that up a little bit to make sure the salt's properly mixed in, and we're going to just drop that flame all the way down to a very, very low heat. And what we want to do is slowly allow the rice to cook and absorb all that pandan water. And to help with that, we're actually going to cover the pot. Now we're going to leave this for at least 20 minutes and we'll come back to it. Now all that time the flames remained low, and we'll take a look at it now and completely switch off the flame, leaving the lid on because we don't want to interrupt the cooking process. And we're going to allow it to sit now for an additional 15 minutes. All right, it's been 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and lift the lid off. There's going to be a lot of steam in there, and that's perfectly fine. We're going to add in coconut cream. I've got 400 mils of coconut cream here. I'm going in with 200 mils first, and we're going to stir it up. It's really a matter of allowing the coconut cream to properly incorporate with the rice, bearing in mind that the rice is almost cooked, so it's not fully cooked. And what we're hoping to do here is for the coconut cream to actually absorb and finish the cooking process for us. So now we're going to go in with the remaining half and properly mix it in, again folding it in as gently as you can, and just allowing that to really get into every single nook and cranny to make sure each grain is covered properly. Now it's really important to do this immediately after cooking the rice and lifting the lid off, because otherwise we'll end up with rice covered with coconut cream instead of coconut cream being absorbed into the rice. The heat is a big factor. So now I've let it sit for 10 minutes with the lid on so that it could absorb properly, and you can see here that it's looking pretty good and it's ready to be served as it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and pretty much have it ready to go when you're preparing any dish. Here I'm doing it into a small bowl because I do like presentation. Basically, what happens with glutinous rice is it gets really, really sticky, which is part of the appeal. And so it's really easy to pop it into a bowl, shape it up, and then put that onto a plate. Always helps with the presentation. But what you'll have is very sweet, very savory, rather, not sweet, sticky rice. And it's typically served, the sweet version, with mango as a dessert, whereas this version I'm going to be doing with a little bit of tofu curry that I whipped up a little bit earlier today, which is one of my favorites. So we're going to pop the rice upside down and go ahead and throw that tofu curry in on the side with lots of peas, Mom's favorite. And yeah, it's ready to go. This is a completely vegan dish. So I've made the tofu curry with coconut cream and coconut oil. There's been no non-plant-based food that's gone into it. And of course the rice is vegan and also gluten-free. Even though it's called glutinous rice, it's a bit confusing, I know, but there's really no gluten in it at all. So yeah, there you have it, a little bit of a pandan leaf on top and ready to eat. And I'm gonna go right ahead and dig in because that looks pretty amazing.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more culinary content coming your way.